All right, Crewton Ramone's House of Math. I'm about to go jump in the shower. It's hot. Hot here in LA. Loving it. Finally, got some warm weather. All right, look at this. See this right here? This is math for little kids. See that right there? Little kids are going to do this today with no problem. They're going to see the answer. They're going to know what to do, right? Third power algebra, no problem. When you can see it, when you can draw it and have fun. Oh, look what else we're going to do today in Math Camp. How fast does this water tank fill up? Right? If after, I got to close the door. There's nobody here but me. You can't see it. All right, there, because of the glare. There you go. Okay, now it's just a computer. Okay, so also today, we're going to do a little more y equals mx plus b. They have this much information. After 2 hours, there's 15 feet of water in the tank. After 7 hours, there's 35 feet of water in the tank. How long does it take a 55-foot tank to fill up? In other words, this is one of those huge water tanks. Simple algebra, right? Simple algebra. Any little kid can do this. After 2 hours, 15 feet of water. After 7 hours, 35 feet of water. How long does it take to fill up? And how much water was in there to begin with? You have all the information you need. First time they saw it, this will be the second time they saw it. It's going to be easy. The third time they see it on my website or elsewhere, because this is the last day of Math Camp, it's going to be easy and fun. Same with third power algebra. See this right here, right? After 2 weeks, actually after 1 week, they can do this. But anyway, after 2 weeks, this is crackers. Easy. Any little kid can do this. If your little kids are 7, 8, 9 years old and they're stuck in a system where all they're doing is adding 2 and 3 or multiplying 5 times, perhaps you might want to take a look at a better way of going about imparting and instructing your children in mathematics, because the mathematical mind is there in your child. It just needs to be educated. Educate means to draw forth. That's what educate means. Educate means to draw forth. It does not mean to cram in, right? That's what you guys do. You cram, and then you memorize for the test, right? Cram, spit it out for the test, and then you forget it. And then the information is not there. And then your knowledge of mathematics, right? I mean, I got into it just a tiny bit with some people yesterday because I go, what's this got to do with mathematics? It has everything to do with mathematics, right? Your abundance, mathematical thinking. Your ability to impart mathematics and critical thinking on your children is hugely important in their future success in the world. And I'm going to get into it on my own webpage a little bit about, I don't care if you're a fireman, I don't care if you're a carpenter, I don't care if you're a farmer, I don't care if you're a lawyer, whatever it is, mathematics will make you better at it. Better critical thinking, artist, I don't care. Mathematics. It's a language that everyone should know. It's a language that's simple and easy. And see, this is the other thing we're talking about. The little kids in this math camp, when they have little kids, they won't need me. Right? They'll be able to teach their kids algebra. And it'll be simple, easy, and fun. They'll play What's Under the Cup. They will impart mathematics on their children with no problem, no tears, no screaming, no yelling, no having to turn up the volume because the little girl doesn't get it when dad says it over and over. Okay, so because this is the worst thing, is that a lot of parents and a lot of teachers understand the mathematics, but they can't get the other kids to understand it, right? They can't explain it to somebody else. They get it, they can understand it, but they can't explain it to somebody else. I'm sure you've all seen that situation, right? Or maybe, sadly enough, maybe even been in that situation. All right. Crewton Ramone's House of Math, we make it where any little kid can do algebra. Any little kid can do calculus. This is pre-calculus, right? Linear calculus. Any little kid can do third power algebra. No, not a problem. Third power algebra is no issue. It's easy, right? We're just counting and having fun. We're going to get into graphing with the older kids. The younger kids, why do I need to teach them graphing, right? Right now, let's just have fun and play and get them used to playing, right? And then later on, it'll be really easy to teach them to graph polynomials and to graph things like this, right? But the older kids, because they're faster. And when I say older kids, I'm talking 9, 10, right? I'm not talking 4, 5, right? I'm talking 11, 12, right? 9, 10, 11. That's the older kids. I'm not talking 4, 5, 6, right? Because guess what? 5, 6-year-old kids, they can do this too, right? 3-year-old kids, or maybe not 3, but 4-year-old kids can for sure do this. 5-year-old kids, they can absolutely do this. 6-year-old kids, not a problem. Okay, so I mean, we got to have the same language. Like a lot of kids are thinking older kids. I'm not talking about 16, 17-year-old kids, right? Because that's how old I was when I first saw this. 17, right? If I'd have seen this when I was 5 or 6 and somebody could have explained to me when I was 17 years old, I would have had an A, wouldn't I? Right? I would have aced that class. Get it? Right? $250. Math camp is for 2 weeks. I think we're either going to start next Monday or the Monday after that, because I'm getting all kind of emails and private messages and stuff like that. I think so far I'm up to 4 more. Quorum is 5. And I'm going to offer anybody that came to the old math camp, the math camp that we just had, you can come to the new math camp. Some restrictions will apply because I want to make sure we have enough terminals and stuff like that. But you can come to the new math camp, all 10 lessons, $50, right? You've already been to the old math camp. For some of the kids, like the 7-year-old Macy, who apparently didn't like mathematics, the first 3-4 days of math camp are going to be completely boring, right? She's already done it. It'll be easy for her to do algebra and factor polynomials and do that stuff, but it'll be a great review, maybe, for some of them. But if you want to come to a second round of math camp, because we've got these other guys, the guys that are coming for the first time, you're going to pay $250. You'll be able to get the $50 back. Those of you that already came to math camp, you want to come again, $50. Easy. A lot of people are getting their $50 rebates, and I explained that in another video. I think it's down here, and it's for sure over at the super duper super secret math camp. But it's pretty simple. You need to put 3 posts on my page on the users, and I'll put the link over here on the users page. It's really simple. It's just like putting up a Facebook post. Put a picture, put some words, and that counts. You need 3 of those. That's $15. Then 7 more anywhere: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I mean, just make a comment on Facebook. That counts. Put up an Instagram post. That counts. Anything, whatever. I mean, any other social media, right? Because think about it. That's going to be 100 posts. And by the way, that counts for everybody that came to math camp, right? I'm not talking about 10 per terminal. If you got 3 guys behind your terminals, then that should be 30 posts, right? if you've got 15 people behind your terminals, then that's 150 posts, right? If you've got 1 person behind a terminal, then that's 10 posts. Right? Whatever social media. And that's what I mean. Like, say we have one where it was, there were two people split the cost, right? $125 each. All right. 10 posts each. Right? And I would expect that if they split the cost, one person gets 25 and the other person gets 25, right? But 10 posts each, not 5 and 5 for the terminal. Okay. Like I said, math camp, I'm up early because yesterday I was up all night and I barely got any sleep, and it showed in math camp a little bit. To those that knew, I was not on top of my game. But this morning I'm up early. I got a good night's sleep. I'm ready to jump in the shower. Math camp isn't for a while, and we're going to have a great time on the last day of math camp. I'm so ready. I can't stand it. And I mean, oh my goodness, I'm amazed. I'm amazed at some of the little children's progress, right? Some of these little girls, oh my goodness, right? 2 weeks, right? I mean, and I do this thing for a living. I've been doing this forever, but even I'm like, wow, these kids are really, I mean, I've changed lives. Straight up. They'll never be the same, right? The little girls that want to get into physics, or one girl wants to be a marine biologist, hers for the taking, right? When she goes to college, it's not going to be, oh no, look at all those math courses, right? It's going to be, crackers. Are you kidding? Algebra 2, done, right? Calculus, done, right? Not an issue. Okay, what a change in thinking and ability in 2 weeks. Okay, and I'm going to do this again and again, but then I got to go to Fiji and I got to spend some time with my sons and so on. So we need to get the math camp handled soon, right? I got a 4-week window or so. So I might be able to do 2 more math camps, but for sure I can do 1 if I have demand. And if you guys don't want to, that's fine with me too, right? I mean, I do this for the fun of it. I mean, people have figured out that if you weren't paying me, I'd probably still do this for free, but I'm not giving it to you for free. Right? It's not fair. People pay me huge amounts. I spent tons of money and time learning this, right? And there's no place else you can get it. No place else on the internet, right? You guys think that some of the other programs that absolutely ripped off, I mean, the color of the blocks, down to the color of the blocks, absolutely ripped off the Mortensen system and ripped off Jerry Mortensen, right? But they didn't steal the methodology because they didn't know the methodology. All they took was the blocks. Right? So now we've got these other systems where, again, they don't teach the little kids algebra. They don't teach the little kids trigonometry. They don't start teaching math, right? They do it the same way you see in public school, which is what you guys try to demand from me. Let's put it into, right? Oh, let's do this, and this, right? Let's have some prerequisites. Let's addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, fractions, decimals. You're so EDD, you don't even understand math. Fine. Okay, I'm going to say that maybe it's you guys that don't understand math, because what it is one language. I can't separate addition from subtraction. I can't separate multiplication from division. And yet somehow they've managed to do that in public school. Right? They've got you guys so confused, you can't even teach your own kids algebra. I mean, hell, most of you can't even teach your kids to subtract. Okay, I've got a methodology here. It's not because I'm the genius, right? I learned from a genius, and that genius showed me that I can teach anybody. And better than that, once I learn how to teach somebody, I can teach them to teach others. That makes me a master trainer, right? I don't just teach little kids. I can teach you to teach little kids, and I can teach you to teach teachers. Okay, we're not there yet, but we're at least at the point where I'm teaching little kids and I'm starting to teach some of the parents and parent-teacher training. But eventually, we're going to have to train trainers because, like I said, here in LA, need 1,000 guys like me. In Chicago, 1,000 guys like me. In New York, 1,000 guys like me. Miami, name the cities. Need 1,000 guys like me. Not just one, right? We need thousands of websites like Crewton Ramone's House of Math. Not just one. There is so much room for everybody. I can't stand it. All these people, right? I mean, even Mortensen companies like that. Oh, we're going to hide this knowledge. Oh, we're good, right? Because no, share it with everybody, right? Share it with everyone you can think of. And guess what? Most people don't worry about it. They self-select. Most people hate mathematics. Most people have this programming that they can't do it and they'll never be able to do it and they'll never understand it. And better than that, by the time they get to be teenagers, a lot of little boys and stuff, I don't need this. Well, you're right. You're going to be working at McDonald's for the rest of your life. You'll never need algebra. You'll never need calculus, right? You're going to be doing a service in the service industries, right? Won't need it. You're absolute. But I'll tell you what, even a plumber needs algebra, right? I mean, and I say even, that's a fair trade, right? It's a great trade to get into. Carpenters, etc. All of it makes it easier, makes it faster, it makes your life easier, it makes handling your finances easier if you can do math and if you can understand some algebraic thinking and principles. Anyway, the point being, guys, is this is 2 weeks of math camp. You guys want to come again? I'll open it up. You can come for $50. I mean, there's only 11 people, so it's really easy for me to know who and who wasn't. If you want to come for the first time, $250. You can get up to $50 back. And I will start, hopefully we can get one going on Monday. And if we can't get one going Monday, we'll get it going the following Monday. All right, I'm off to a shower. Get your kids in here. And if you don't come to math camp, I mean, at least get passwords and at least come to the Mortensen or Crewton Ramone's House of Math. Learn the Mortensen system. Learn the base 10 block system for yourself. There's parent-teacher training there. I mean, I'm almost up to 1,000 videos. Not quite. I'm getting close, but almost 1,000 videos on YouTube. Tons of PDFs and other information written for you so that you can start educating your own children in mathematics for a very small amount of money. You don't need tens of thousands of dollars. You need a few $100 and you can get started and change your kid's life and think about it, the destiny of your family forever, right? This is education. The people that want to keep you ignorant of mathematics, that's tyranny. That's them trying to keep you from even understanding how badly the wealth is being extracted from you because you can't understand anyway, it's working. I look around and it's absolutely working. I've got 10, 11 people in math camp. 3 of them have cancer, right? I mean, Anyway, Crewton Ramone's House of Math for more. Come and get your kids educated, at least in mathematics. I'm not doing history. I'm not doing chemistry. I'm not doing English. I'm not doing grammar. I'm doing math. Right? If you're a Montessori teacher, you owe it to yourself. Right? This is Maria's work when you get right down to it. Because Maria, here's my lineage. It goes Maria Montessori, Mario Montessori, Jerry Mortensen, me, Crewton Ramone. Right? That's my great grandmother. Mario's my grandfather. Jerry Mortensen, my father. If you look at it from the pedigree of mathematics, right? Okay, I have letters and testimonials and all kinds of emails and so forth, and I put them up, and you can see them on a testimonial page from Montessori teachers that have embraced this system, and now they're the #1 in their district, some of them #1 in their state. I've got little kids that I've been working with that are top 1%, and he's only in 4th grade, and he was stuck in there with 4th and 5th, 6th graders, and he still came in the top 1% of his state. Right? And his state has a big city in it, Chicago. And he still was, this system works. And again, it's not me, it's you. It's you that's going to be able to learn how to use this system and play with your kids. Right? And then the beautiful thing about it is if your kids take a liking to it, they can teach themselves. Once they get it, they can start walking down the road themselves. They can pick up books and they can say, oh, this book sucks. It's not a good math textbook. This is a good math textbook. And they can actually use that book to teach themselves math. Right? Because they'll have the basics of understanding so that they can teach themselves. Self-education is so important. Don't rely on others and don't trust others to educate your children. Right? You need to be the ones that take control of this situation. That is the whole homeschool movement, starting to realize that the state gives you a state education. Okay, math camp starts soon. get over to Math Camp. You can see some of the things that are there. You can watch some of the videos down here if you are still not aware of what's going on, because I know, some people are just like, what's this Math Camp thing about? It's a 2-week program, 10 hours. Go to my blog. I'll put the link over there too, and you can read more about it. Those of you that do know are sick of hearing about it. But anyway, get over to Crewton Ramone's House of Math for more information, and I'll see you guys soon.